respect for these dudes who doctor the message. The Jekyll on records, it's too late to hide out. Pull rank and file out. People style, I'm a wild out. He's so good to me. He's so good. She like he's so good to me.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay gain.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Contreras. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Devon Achane. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are on the board first here in this division round matchup. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Oh, some strong running.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. Ranger, 70 Ranger. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Steady.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. Do you think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
At the 12-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jets have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. 14, the kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Own territory, coughs up the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff funneled a great field position. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it.
And Xavier Worthy from 4 yards out. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now we'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
18 Rattler.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Let's go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Play action. They'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A run straight ahead with Achane. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 64 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. A give to the fullback on the dive. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, How come I'm not touching him more? Do you see me out there moving around, wiggling and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll run, Achane. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14.
Jets 28, Chiefs 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rhodes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Check smash, check smash. Buffalo 18, Dragon 60.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Check. 18, 5 here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Ready?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Come on. Ready?
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Panther 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 Lion. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Panther and Mustang Warriors. Cup 19. Cup 19.
He'll look to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
At their own 46-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing the late field goal here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Got a man, and it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. And Xavier Worthy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go now.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. The name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
2nd and 5. Under pressure, and down he goes. Kenneth Grant busting through to get him for a loss of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. No street. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Well, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Micah Parsons able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a give Achane. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He'll try and do this himself. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Gain of 6 yards.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And he's up past the 20 at the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Come on. 18, Rattler, 8 points, 7, 20.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
69, Warriors 17. 3, Buffalo 18.
They'll try and throw for it here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up with an interception.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Quick stay up there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 19.
They'll set up to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have opened the lead up to 30.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed
that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Chiefs 14.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24.
Chiefs 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll drop to throw. They'll try and do this himself. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Achane gets it from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He'll try and do this himself. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
Still going inside the 20.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread.
Makes the score Jets 45, Chiefs 28.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 1. Give up the middle to Strong.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, right back to Strong.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off the game.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Ready? Hawk 70, go!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Able to find the They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll give it to Strong. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.